Guru Purnima is not just a celebration, it is a commitment. It's a commitment that we will evolve. Every 12 to 12.5 years, there is a cycle in your life where similar situations will keep coming back. You will start uttering similar words, you will start behaving the way you were behaving 12 years ago. This may sound ridiculous, but watch yourself and see. So depending upon where Jupiter is going, Sun is here, 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 here. So whenever the Jupiter and Earth come in sync between their two orbits, the planet and the Jupiter gets aligned because this is moving rapidly, this is moving slowly, it gets aligned somewhere. When that happens, you get the maximum. While this maximum is good, if you keep the planet good, because this maximum brings extra heat. On an average, there is a variation of 2.5 degrees Celsius variation in temperature in these 12 years. In this 12-year cycle, right now, we are not aligned with the Jupiter right now, but we will be after some time. Probably in the month of October, November, we will be aligned. So you may have a little late winter coming because this year we will be aligned around that time. Guru Purnima, this is the first full moon night after the summer solstice or after the sun's movement in relationship with our planet has started moving south. When this shift happens on the day of the solstice, from then on, in terms of nature, you're moving from a dynamic movement of energies, both of the planet, or at least the northern hemisphere, and what is happening in our bodies. When we move away from the dynamic nature, we're naturally moving towards what we refer to as inertia. The extreme manifestation of inertia is death. So in a way, we are moving towards a certain slowdown of our system. So this is the nature of the planet. During these last few months, post-winter months, everything in nature has burst out exuberantly. We call it spring. Spring means something is bursting out. Life energies are bursting out, both in terms of the planet and definitely that reflects in our bodies. So when this shift happens and sun's movement starts turning south, depending upon which part of the 12-year cycle we are in a given year. When I say a 12-year cycle, the solar cycle, as per the observations within our system, is approximately 12.25 to 12.4 years. But today, as per modern calculations, they say it's 11.6 to 11.65. But that is not taking into considerations the movement or our relationship with the Jupiter. As you know, most of you should know, at least those of you who are in India are aware of this, that Jupiter is referred to as Buddha because it is supposed to be Brihaspati. If somebody is brilliant, then we say he's a Brihaspati because his intelligence, his energies have become lit, very dynamic. So the story goes like this, there was a sage called Brihaspati and Adiyogi made him into a planet and put him as Jupiter. You be there to guard over the human creatures so that they become human beings. Light them up. How is Jupiter lighting us up? As you all know, Jupiter's orbit is outside of the Earth's orbit. Wherever Jupiter is in the orbit, the sun gets pulled in that direction. Sun is not stationary. It gets pulled in the direction of the Jupiter, approximately the same distance as the diameter of the sun itself. So depending upon where Jupiter is going, sun is here, 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 here. So whenever the Jupiter and Earth come in sync between their two orbits, because our orbit is 365 days, Jupiter's orbit is 11.85 years. So whenever it comes in touch, at that time the dynamism of the sun is at its highest peak on this planet. As all of you know, that the only source of energy on this planet is solar energy. Don't think solar energy happened after you invented your panel. Every leaf is solar energy. A dead body can turn into coal or oil or diamond because of solar energy. Just everything that happens here is solar energy transformed into various expressions. You also are solar charged. So when the planet and the Jupiter gets aligned, because this is moving rapidly, this is moving slowly, it gets aligned somewhere. When that happens, you get the maximum. Well, this maximum is good if you keep the planet good, because this maximum brings extra heat. On an average, there is a variation of 2.5 degrees Celsius variation in temperature in these 12 years or 12.25 years of cycle, solar cycle, mainly because of the influence of the Jupiter pulling the sun a little closer to us. So this means more sunlight, more temperature, more radiation. If we want to benefit from this, we must keep the planet healthy, green, then you will benefit. Otherwise, you could be little scorched out. Recent research is talking about that climate change could shrink the human brain. Are you noticing it? That's what I was just saying. The ladies there cannot hear, please take care of this. I said the climate change is supposed to shrink your brain. If our brain shrinks, definitely first thing is we cannot hear, then we cannot see, then we cannot think straight, everything else will follow. So first signs are showing up already in this hall. So, in this 12-year cycle, right now, we are not aligned with the Jupiter right now, but we will be after some time. Probably in the month of October, November, we will be aligned. So you may have a little late winter coming because this year we will be aligned around that time. Now, the important thing is, once dynamism that was naturally offered to us is receding and inertia is settling down, you must do something to keep this dynamic. This is why this phase from now onwards is called a sadhana pada. We started a sadhana pada, 7 months of sadhana pada for young people. If you're not dead, you're young. Starting from 21st of June goes on till Mahashivratri, so 6 to 7 months. And it's fantastic. Some of you are here. Oh, they started howling. I thought you evolved. So, it's fantastic, the kind of response, but it's tragic that we are not able to provide the necessary infrastructure for people to come. I don't know this year's count, it should be much more. Last year, nearly 30,000 people applied for this. But we could accommodate only some 1,200 and odd people in the center. So this is why we're pushing for infrastructure both here and there, because just imagine, just in India, 30,000 people, youth, come and spend 7 months, 7 months upon their own well-being, intense sadhana. They go back into the world, there is no better contribution. So, Guru Purnima is not just a celebration, it is a commitment. It's a commitment that we will evolve. See, monkeys have an advantage. Hello? Monkeys have an advantage because they anyway evolve. You know. But once you become human, unless you consciously strive, there should be no evolution. This is because to point where nature can push you, it has pushed you. From here on, you have the freedom to evolve or freedom to stagnate. So Guru Purnima is the day when Adi Yogi expressed his commitment. When I say expressed his commitment, well, these seven sages were today celebrated as Saptarishis. When they hung around him for a long period of time in preparation, on this day of the solstice that year, the solstice and the full moon happened to be coinciding. So when the solstice happens, certain shift happens. When I say certain shift, well, because you're just born, all of you, you have not noticed anything other than what is said in the school textbook. That also you did not notice, you know because you read it on the Google. If you notice, if you pay attention, there are two cycles happening in the body. This is going this way, this is going this way. Don't imagine these things, you must pay attention. Not imagination, attention. Now, this movement determines how well coordinated you are, how well balanced you are between the two polarities of Ida and Pingala, or masculine and feminine. Within this system, without polarities, there is no physical existence. Even an atom cannot exist without polarities. Everything physical is between two polarities. The reason why we're always talking about going beyond our physical nature, which is the essence of spiritual process, is if you are within the polarities, you are kicked from one pole to another, one pole to another. These cycles keep you busy. And these cycles, once the circle becomes long enough, you don't know that you're going in circles. Because every segment of a circle, a small segment of a circle feels like a straight line. It takes a lot of attention to see I'm actually going in cycles. If you pay enough attention, this is there every year, or if that is a bit too much for you, if you pay enough attention, every 12 to 12.5 years, there is a cycle in your life where similar situations will keep coming back. You will start uttering similar words, you will start behaving the way you were behaving 12 years ago. This may sound ridiculous, but watch yourself and see. This is what is happening, because life is a repetition if you don't consciously strive. So conscious striving is absolutely necessary if a human being has to evolve. That's why I said monkeys have an advantage. Nature still working on them. They didn't choose, nature just pushes them. But you have to choose and strive, otherwise it remains stagnant. Is it wrong to be stagnant? No. It's not wrong, it's not a crime to be stagnant. A stagnant pool naturally stinks, that's all. That's the only problem. Otherwise, it's better to swim in a stagnant pool if your only concern is safety. A stagnant pool is a better place for you to swim than a flowing river. Flowing river, you know, it has many possibilities hidden in it. But a stagnant pool, don't go for that Loch Ness thing, everything else is fine, only one lake. You don't know Loch Ness, you know. So except that one pool, everything else is fine. So, once you're in a stagnant pool for too long, non-existent monsters will rise. This is the nature of stagnation. If you just become stagnant in your life, monsters will rise in your mind, threaten you initially. If you don't act, slowly they start eating you up in so many different ways. No monsters from outside, but the life that you are, if you stagnate it, it will create monsters. People are suffering these monsters in so many ways, in so many levels, but they're constantly working for their security. Safety, security means stagnation. Adventure means anything could happen. Adventure does not mean you have to jump off a mountain or jump off an airplane or do something that's risky for your body. Not necessary. Except your body, everything else you can risk, isn't it? Hello? Body, you must keep it safe because if you break it, you can't fix it. Everything else is open to adventure. Your thought, your emotion, your way of being should be adventurous. You don't have to necessarily jump off a cliff to be adventurous. Because body needs to be protected, we cannot create another one.